week 2. We just go back a little bit of last week, the first game. It wasn't a great game in terms of execution. There were several things that I'm proud of. Obviously, wasn't a lot of glitter in what we did. Wasn't a lot of things that really stood out. A couple of things I'm proud of. Number one, we won the game. The other is we found a lot of guys that are going to play for 4 quarters, and the last one is there's a lot of potential for improvement, a lot of improvement. We didn't play a great games in terms of that, but first games are, you want to find out a lot about players, and we found out a lot about who's going to lay it on the line, and who we've got to push a little harder, who's got to play as more of a team player, and I think a lot of those questions were answered. And when you find those, then you go back to the drawing board and you try to improve on those things. We've got problems like everybody else does in terms of execution and discipline and fundamentals. And we've gone back to work yesterday and today and started to correct those. We've got potential to have a good football team right now. We're really not that. Again, it's all about turning your potential into success. Getting everybody doing the same things, but right now we're not doing that. But again, we beat a good football team, a team that will win a lot of games. We're very fortunate, very fortunate. They could have won as easy as we won the game. We know that, but it counts. We go to the next game and start preparing. We've had some injuries, and when you play physical teams like we played this weekend, you're going to have those. I can't sit here and tell you who's going to play this weekend and who's not. It's going to probably take another day to see what happens, so there's really no reason to even talk about it. Some are back out there going 70–80% today, but if they're going to play Saturday, they're going to be 100% because we're going to need it all. And we're going to need everybody to be playing and playing in the same direction. South Florida, you don't know a lot about them. They're a young program. They are in the Big East. They do have a lot of speed, quickness, a little bit different ball club than what we saw last week in terms of the type of personnel that they have on their team. But they know how to win. They've beaten some good teams. They play very hard. They're well coached. I've known Jim Levitt a long time. I go back to Miami days when he actually was a defensive coordinator with Bob Stoops at Kansas State. We used to visit a lot together about defense. He does a great job. He's a native of that area of Tampa, and he knows a lot of people, and he's done a good job of getting that program off the ground. They will play hard. They will play hard from the first play to the end. That's one thing I know about Jim. He's done a good job of starting offense and defense and sticking with it, and it's paid off for him. And it'll be a big challenge for us as well as them. They didn't play as well last week, I'm sure, as what he would have hoped, and us the same way. So I think you'll see 2 different teams out there, hopefully, from us and how they play and how each team executes. But it's going to be a challenge for us, a very good challenge. And there'll be 1 of 3 teams that will win the Big East this year. And they've got the talent to win a lot of games. So another challenge, second non-conference game before we get into conference play, and we need to improve. We need to play better. As I tell our team every week, don't worry about winning or losing. Worry about improving and playing and putting yourself to a level each week that's a little bit better than it was the week before, and making the team better. And we've got a lot of potential, as I said earlier, for improvement. Questions?
You talked about Jim Levitt. He was a guy, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago, and apparently had an opportunity to come to Alabama. What do you know about him? Did he seem like a guy that would stay put and continue building what he started there?
Well, I saw Jim this summer in Phoenix. He loves that area. He grew up there, knows a lot of people. It's home. I think he understands what he's got. He's got a program there that he can continue to build, and he's been able to get them from one conference to the Big East. They know how to play football. He knows how to coach football. He knows the type of players he wants. He's got a good staff. He's got an experienced staff in some areas. But it'll be hard to get him out of it. That's going to be a program that I've watched, obviously, from a closer distance when I was down in that area, of starting the program, building it, and it's got a lot of potential because of the type of players that they have to recruit. The facilities that they have, obviously, they're playing in Buccaneer Stadium, and it's got a lot of potential for growth. getting into the Big East is really going to help him. So it's going to be hard for him to lead, but he's a real good football coach. Knows what he's doing, knows what he wants, and again, he's got a plan. Had a plan since he's been there, since they started. And each year they look like they've gotten a little bit better. Sometimes a little bit more in terms of the type of players that he's got. But again, they up their level of competition also, jumping into the Big East. But it won't be long that he'll, if not this year, hang right in there with all of them and be a pretty good force in that league. I think it's a good move for him getting into the Big East.
Tommy, talk about what you see from their quarterback.
Very athletic, you know, another sophomore, started as a freshman last year, had a very good freshman year. They run an offense where basically it turns the quarterback into another tailback, plus he can throw it, misdirection, screen passes. It's very similar to what you see a lot of other schools running across the country. And it's an explosive offense where it puts you a lot of one-on-one tackling, and it gives you some problems in alignment. But they've done a good job, and again, they stick with it, and they've recruited for it. And they've probably got some of the best, maybe the best group of receivers we'll see all year long, no matter who we play. They've got some big guys that can run, make plays, and it's I'm sure they're looking to improve. On last week, playing the first game, and they had some problems as well as the rest of us across the country in some areas, but they've got a lot of potential, a lot in terms of big playmakers, and starts with the quarterback.
Coach, about running back and Brad Buster, and we asked about it because I know we asked, it's usually a day-to-day thing. Is there going to be a resolution or a set time if there's going to be a resolution to that situation anytime soon, or is this something that could drag out the whole season?
I couldn't tell you. It's been in the works for the last few weeks, and I'm out of it. I'm just kind of out of it and kind of watching as it goes. Brad's practicing and preparing every day to hopefully get back on the field, but that's out of my hands.
Tommy, the defense didn't get a lot of looks against the run last week. Do you think that'll change this week with South Florida and Mike Ford?
Oh yeah, Mike Ford's a good football player. We recruited him, and he ended up at South Florida. Going to be a force, not just in the Big East and South Florida, but in college football. He's about 225 pounds, can run. He's strong. He's got good speed. I think he had one good run last week, and didn't play a whole lot. I'm sure they were in terms of trying to just get him ready for the games down the road. But Mike Ford's a guy that we all noticed very quickly as a 10th and 11th grader and a senior in high school. He's going to be one of the better players in the country